success come through it since the mid-2010s, as well as a few Lombardi trophies. It's GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. Everyone's still celebrating the return of regular season football, and we're away in week 2. They'll bring it out from the middle of the end zone. And he gets crunched by a big hit right at the 25 to end that return. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Lone back in the backfield, and they give it to him. They're working a couple of yards past the line. Tackled there by Jerome Baker. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Now a give running right. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. That's a pickup of 9. And that's good for Raiders first.
I think with that call, they were trying to set him up with a short 3rd down run, but he said, nope, not on my watch. I'll just go get it all right here. Now, playbook's wide open for 1st and 10.
1st down, and they go right back to him. And into a sea of bodies he goes. Looks like they'll get about 3 out of it.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Here's 2nd and 7. A quick throw is swatted away, incomplete.
Read and react, read and react, read and react. Got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and you got to react as he begins to throw to get to a spot and knock it away.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Back to throw now, it's Ritter. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. That one gains 7. And that's a Vegas 1st down. Ritter setting up to throw. And not a great choice on 1st down. It's incomplete, nearly intercepted actually, so 2nd down coming up.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. They'll run the counter. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that execution to move the chains. Now that 3rd down call that they had ready, well, they could stick it right back in their pocket for a later occasion.
On 1st down, they'll run. And they take him down right along the 30. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
That was the perfect play call for that particular situation. Gave him enough to pick up a 1st with some room to spare.
Offense sure is marching to begin this game. Here's a 1st down from the 30. Still has room inside the 15. He does it. Touchdown. The Raiders finish up an excellent opening series. Evan McPherson on to try the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Raiders will jump out to a 7-0 lead. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30.
Yellow. Yellow.
Now it's the first carry for Isaiah Pacheco. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
You know, Kate, during draft season, I was talking to an NFL GM, and he said, you know what, in time, we're going to realize tackles for loss are just as big a deal as sacks. Sacks get so much of the popularity. Tackles for loss, when you knock that offense backwards, I promise you, in time, we'll be keeping a closer eye on plays like that one.
That's complete, Isaiah Pacheco. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
First and 10 from the 41. Pacheco gets it from the gun. He's descended upon quickly and dropped after it looks like a yard gain. Divine Diablo there on the tackle. Manages just a yard on first down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9. Out of the gun, it's Mahomes. Has him on the quick hitter. And they'll bottle this up after a 4-yard gain. Tackled on the play by Marlon Humphrey.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
Yellow.
They kick the running back in motion. 3rd and short. Here's Mahomes. Short pass brought in. And he's going to be drugged down. Looks like at that 37-yard line. That play good for 17 and a first down.
The analytics will tell you a handful of these kind of plays per game, and your odds per drive of scoring go way up.
Man in motion here. Quick touch pass to the receiver. Down the sideline, past the 25. And he has this all the way down to the 17-yard line. They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains.
Gosh, I love that creativity of the play call. Name of the game is putting the ball in the hands of your best, your playmakers, creating matchups for them to take advantage. And this time, not as a receiver, but as a runner. That is job well done.
Running up the middle, Pacheco. And he'll have it down to almost the 10-yard line. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the gun, it's Mahomes. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Logan Wilson has it. And the Raiders have it now as he makes the 20th interception of his career. Now that right there, that is rising to the occasion in the red zone, partner. Could have saved 3 points there, heck, maybe twice that with that interception.
You know, these defenders, they're willing to bend and bend. These offenses are so good in this league, and they know how critical the red zone is. And when you get an interception like that, you just break. You break the will of that offense and the confidence, and those are big time. You're right. Put some points on the board for that defense with that effort.
And he maneuvers through the middle for a gain of 4.
You know, these are the kind of runs, Kate, that a balanced game plan and a balanced offense is built on. It gets you good yardage, it sets up your play action, and it keeps that defense honest.
Back to the well again. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Call it 4 yards, and they're set up with a manageable 3rd and 2.
You know, Kate, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game. Right? Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage, B, it sets up your play action, and C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
It's the end of the first in this AFC West showdown. 7-0 is our score. Back to Arrowhead in just a moment. Time now for the second quarter. Raiders in possession. They've got 3rd and 2 to start out. Now Ritter. That's caught for the first. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. The big play nets them 17 yards. And that's good for a Raiders first. Ritter to throw. He's going deep this time. And this is going to end up incomplete. Really aired it out there on first down, but just couldn't make the connection.
You hear defensive coaches on every practice field we're on preach not giving up the big play, especially at the NFL level. They'll need to stay vigilant because they're definitely going to use that receiver to take the lid off this defense again.
Couldn't connect on first. It's 2nd down. Running this one left. And he's brought down for a loss.
There's just no question about it. He has the license to adapt a little bit, to diagnose plays because they trust his instincts. And there, well, it was all on display. Expert-level diagnosis going on to see a potential run and get in position to stop it behind the line.
Wonder what's in the playbook here as they come up on 3rd and 11. The Chiefs signal for a timeout. That's going to be their first. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half. Wonder what's in the playbook here as they come up on 3rd and 11. Here's Ritter. That's complete to Bowers outright. And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line. Big gain, 14 on the play. And that's a Vegas first down.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
All right, here we go, 2nd down. Throwing here, Ritter. Roman Wilson reels it in. And he works this to the 15 before they make the stop. An excellent gain, 20 yards there, and that's going to move the sticks.
This entire play, Kate, depends on how well he can separate from his man. You get man-to-man coverage, it's really about 2 things, separation and trust. Because QBs want to throw it before he breaks, that's the trust, and then they got to believe that that separation can create the big play down the field.
First down from the red zone. Got a man, it's Mayer. And the defense waiting for him at the line, and he goes down.
And the defense was all over that throw, able to stop it right at the line. They could smell that one coming, and they sniffed it out in a hurry.
2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Ritter. Buying some time left. Catch is made in close. That's a gain of 13, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
Timing on routes change when you leave the pocket. It really does become, well, the schoolyard. And you got to scramble around. What a great adjustment to still deliver a clean ball.
They'll try and punch it in. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
You know how we hear about teams and quarterbacks avoid targeting a stud cornerback, just throwing away from him? Well, maybe they should avoid running it anywhere near this guy. He's having no issue stopping these plays cold.
Another chance for him. And he runs it across. Touchdown. The Raiders parlay the interception into points. That was a great response, Brock. After they got driven backwards on first down, they go right back to the ground and score just one play later.
Yeah, and I think if you and I were in the huddle down there after that first down loss, I think we would have felt a whole bunch of pride. Give me another shot, and boy, did they deliver.
That one right down the middle. And the Raiders double their lead to 14. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. And that's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else. So that football coming out to the 30-yard line. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Off play action, it's Mahomes. Wow, wide open here, complete. And they get there to touch him down, Brock, but a big gain on that play.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
1st and 10, it's Mahomes. Hauled in by Rice. And this one's worked down to the 33 before being stopped. Pickup of 12 on that play. And it'll be 1st down, Kansas City.
Yellow.
1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Now a give left side to Pacheco. And he's just spinning his wheels, man, this entire first half. They drop him behind the line.
All I could tell him there was good luck. You get a safety all over a run like that, they can just smell it like a shark with blood in the water. And you feel fortunate if you're even able to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now.
Yellow.
Operating from the gun. Here's Mahomes. Ooh, this is getting ugly early. Intercepted again. Ivan Pace has got it. And the Raiders will take over as he records his 1st interception of our season. Okay, Brock, now back-to-back drives where they have picked him off. That's got to be a worrying trend for these coaches who know how integral the passing game is to their game plan and their success.
Those poker players, the best of them, when they figure out a tell, they know exactly how to beat their opponent. This defense right now, they're reading this quarterback like a book.
A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10. Ritter looking to throw. Escapes the pocket. Now here he goes. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. And now the Raiders call for the 1st of their timeouts. And they can take a moment to try to build more momentum after getting that 1st. Dropping back to throw. Completed over the middle. And he's down inside the red zone before hitting the deck. A timeout taken by Vegas. That's its 2nd. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. A new set of downs awaits them. Here's 1st and 10. From the red zone now. Finds him over the middle. And they have this down to the 11 before being marked down.
I know that completion doesn't move the chains. I love it nonetheless. You make sure that defense is aware of every eligible player going out. And this time it was out of the backfield with the running back that shows he's adept at catching it as well.
That one's incomplete in the end zone.
Just something off in the rhythm of their passing game on that one. Time to recalibrate and keep throwing it to get back into rhythm.
Pass didn't work on second. Let's see how that affects this third down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Then he's in. Touchdown! The Raiders get more points to end a lopsided first half. 3 drives, 3 touchdowns. It has been wash, rinse, repeat for them offensively, Brock, as, well, we all wait for this defense to find a little backbone before this becomes a runaway.
Yeah, I'm a little torn up here in this booth because you're exactly right. Offensively, this is just machine, surgical. Defensively, you're running the risk of being embarrassed here pretty quickly.
The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. They'll begin this drive with barely over 25 seconds left.
Yellow.
Mahomes on 1st and 10. Pulled in by Tommy Tremble. And he pushes this up to midfield before going out. They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. He's going to loft one deep to the left. He's got it inside the 10. And he's in for the Kansas City touchdown. The Chiefs chop some of the lead off before the half. Xavier Worthy, the touchdown. That type of play right there, Brock, who do you credit more? You crediting him for making the catch or the quarterback for putting just the right touch on that football?
Are you asking me the quarterback or me the analyst?
The unbiased observer of football.
Sure. Well, the quarterback's going to say that's all me. That's a beautiful arc. Don't you love that touch?
Yep,
the receiver's going to say, yeah, but I'm the one who brought it down for you. The answer is it's both, and that was awesome.
The Chiefs get lined up, and they will kick this away. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. First and 10 now with all of 15 seconds left to utilize in this half. Ritter setting up to throw. That'll be incomplete, and the clock shows 10 seconds left.
Well, that was almost one of those nice chunk plays you like to see in the NFL, Kate, before he was able to recover and provide the hit and ultimately dislodge the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays down the field.
Looking to throw. He's going deep. He intercepts the pass. Picked up by Chidobe Awuzie. And the Chiefs will start with it in the 4th after an interception to end the quarter. I don't know what to be impressed by most, Brock. How effortless he made it look to throw it that deep, or how effortless the cover man made it look to get that far down there and haul in the interception.
How about we just marvel at both of them? You call a deep pass like that again on the next play, it could go to the end zone. But this time, it is a takeaway.
One final shot before halftime. First play, he's going for it to the end zone. Too far out of the back of the end zone it goes, incomplete. So we finished 2 quarters, a couple more to come after this short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports after this. Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate Scott, Brock Heward with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. It gives to Pacheco to start the drive. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Good rip on first down. That brings up 2nd and 2.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. It's Pacheco again. And he's swallowed up in the middle. No gain on the run. Jeffrey Simmons that time on the tackle. Nothing gained or lost on that run. And now it's 3rd and 3.
Big man up front said, "Not in my house." Let me tell you, Kate, once you're in the grasp of one of those big old fellas on the D-line, you're done. They would say it on the East Coast like this: it's over. Over.
Broken up by a big guy at the line. And that'll bring up 4th and 3.
You know, as a QB, I'm going to note that in the back of my head. That was a heck of a break. Knocks the ball away. DBs like that, they tend to, once they get one hand on the ball, have a pretty good beat on you and can get 2 hands on it the next time.
The Chiefs looking to punt on 4th down, so on comes Matt Araiza to handle it. And this somehow is only going to be our first punt of the game. This kick is away, but it is short and straight up into the air. Fair catch called for and made at the 35-yard line. That punt goes unanswered. No return there. And it'll be Raider football. First down, ball at the 36. Roam back, it's the handoff. And they had that one contained right at the line. Tackled there by Jerome Baker. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10. Back-to-back carries here. And they bring him down after he ran through him up to the 43. 7 yards on the carry. Now they've got 3rd and 3.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
They give it to him again. And he's officially into enemy territory now. They're going to give him the opposing 49. He manages a gain of 8 there. And that's good for Raiders first.
Calm, cool, collected from this offense. Love to see it. No tunnel vision on what down it was. Just focused on executing the play in front of him.
Going to the ground again on first. And he only manages one. Couple of defenders there to bring him down.
These are the kind of runs, Kate, that just soften up a defense. Keep working on them. Keep working on them. And eventually you're going to break one of those counters for even bigger yardage.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Changing things up. They're going to throw now. Complete here to Bowers. And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
They're set up at the 35 now. Back to throw now, it's Ritter. Finds his man over the middle. And they haul him down just a foot or two shy of the red zone. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
Now Ritter. Has him on the quick hitter. And they make the stop as that play reaches the 14-yard line.
The goal of that little drag route is to get him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. That picked up a good chunk, and it was nearly a big play.
2nd and 3 now. Throwing it again here. He brings it in. And he has it down to the 8-yard line on the play. It's a 6-yard gain. That sets up 1st and goal.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
Here's a give on 1st and goal. And he barrels across for the touchdown. The Raiders push their lead further to start the half. He would not be denied that close to the end zone, Brock. I think it might have taken 5 or 6 guys tackling him to keep him from diving across the line for 6.
Certainly a second effort touchdown, no question. The backs who become fan favorites, we've seen it through the generations, and they set the curve for their peers, are the ones who just fight through that stop. It will not be denied of a touchdown.
The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out on the back of the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30.
Yellow.
Off the play fake, it's Mahomes. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Yeah, this is a time where offensively you got to regroup. You got to get in that huddle. You know, and quarterback is the most important leadership position. Everyone's looking at you. And as a QB, after taking a sack like that, golly, you got to flush it, instill some confidence, and move this ball forward.
His quick throw knocked away, incomplete. Trying to force one through there. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long.
With all due respect to some of the great linebackers back in the day, to play the position today, man, you've got to be versatile. You can't just be a come up and stuff the run. You got to play coverage. And these defenses more and more rely on you to break up throws just like that.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Oh, brother, it's another interception. Picked off by, I love this name, Devon Diablo. And the Raiders will take over as he reports his first interception of our season.
There's some serious self-scouting going on right now. What is this quarterback not seeing that has led to these 3 interceptions in just this game? And then overall, what is this offense doing that has this defense clued in coverage-wise to every route combination they're trying to throw?
And this one does not go far. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9. Here's the one back on the handoff. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great block in the spring of guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
And he runs into a wall there. Multiple defenders ready to stop him cold at the line. No progress on first down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10. Another carry for him. Juke the defense. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Las Vegas. The Raiders lengthen the lead at the end of the 3rd. McPherson to add the point after. And it's off the mark. The kick is no good, but I think they can spare a point or two given the size of this lead. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. And he just sends it over the end zone. No threat of a return at all. Spot the ball at the 30 to begin the drive. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Lone back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And it's a nice little chunk here, 6 yards. Jair Alexander with the stop. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4. Thankfully, only 1 quarter to play now. We've reached the end of 3 in this lopsided affair. The Chiefs have possession, and this final quarter begins with them in a massive hole. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4.
Yellow.
Lone back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
Yellow.
3rd down, 1 yard to go. They'll try and pick this up on the ground. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs.
I don't know, kid. I didn't think he had it. That back did. He knew exactly where he had to get for the 1st down. Pops up right away and signals 1st down.
First down, and they go right back to him. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5. They'll give this up the middle to Pacheco. And they'll get him down after he gets into the 48. Call it 7 yards on the play, and that's enough for the 1st down.
A split second, all that kept the defense from making a stand right there. It's amazing, man. This game of inches and split-second reactions. A nice bit of burst, surge forward for enough to go get that first by a couple before they could finally drag him down.
And he gets them down to the 42. Halfway there on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Here's the handoff. And he's brought down for a loss.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
Fullback dive up the gut. And he cannot shake the tackler along the line of scrimmage. Pickup of 0 on the play, and that leaves them with 4th and 6.
I know these DNs love to get to the quarterback. I know that sacks many times equals a bigger payday, but doing the dirty work, playing the run well, that's what the best of the ends do in this league.
Desperation time here on fourth. And it falls incomplete. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense. A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10. And his effort results in maybe 2 yards, but nothing more. Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Back to the well again. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Give him about 3 yards, and now they're going to have 3rd and 5 to figure out. That takes us to the 2-minute warning here in KC. Raiders nearing their first win of the season. So now here's 3rd and 5. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Pickup of 3 on the carry. That's going to bring up 4th and 2. Now the Raiders readying for the punt, and they'll turn to former All-Pro A.J. Cole for the kick. Coming off 4 punts in that loss, and he boots his first of this game away. And the downhill charge gets there and touches this one right at the 14. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Right up the gut. And he's brought down across the 15 to about the 16-yard line. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8.
Yellow.
Plowing up the middle. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. A gain of about 3, so a 1/3 of what they needed. 3rd and 6 coming up.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
Running this one left. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Tyree Wilson on the stop. A loss of a yard. It's 4th down. Matt Araiza in front.
So it's a road win for the Raiders in this one. And they take the first skirmish with their division rivals with a chance at a sweep.